Hello and welcome back to another video. It's been a long time since the last time that I did a video on my YouTube channel. So life's been super busy. So right now I have a perfect opportunity to do a very quick video. If it's your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And if you find the content helpful, go ahead and hit the like and comment and ask questions. If you have any questions regarding the process, I'd be more than happy to interact with you. So in today's video, I'm going to go back on the basics of Business Central, really the fundamentals of what makes Business Central so easy to use. In this video, I will be covering the sales price feature within Business Central. We will cover a few scenarios on why utilizing sales prices will allow your organization to be efficient and accurate and when it comes to pricing structure and strategy. So stick around and we can get started. All right, everyone. So let's take an example here, a scenario like I mentioned earlier, where you may have a brand new item in your organization that you are looking to move the sale. Let's say you marketed it, you have a campaign, you have an ad up and running, and maybe you're emailing your customer. And so you want to entice a little bit, your market, your customers to buy the product by setting maybe a special price or a unique sales price for the entire month of March, right? March, whatever day. And I want to set that date for 30 days from the beginning of the month, the end of the month. So I'm going to show you a few scenarios and examples and how to do that. So we can get started. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first thing is the item itself. So I'm going to navigate to an item. And what I'm going to do is take a look at this item 1896-S. So let's say brand new item, I need to sell this. So you can take a look at the few setups here within this item card. In this case, the unit price right now, if you were to, as a current setup, it's $1,000. If I create a sales order for any customers, the price should be $1,000. So what I'm going to do is set this up so that I have some pricing structure behind this item to move the product. So what I'm going to do is navigate to prices and discounts. And you'll see a few options here: sales prices and sales discounts, purchase prices and purchase discounts. So those are other areas that you can also mess around with as well, as much as sales discounts too, which is similar to sales price. With this example, in this scenario, I am going to just use the sales price. So here we are at the sales price table for this particular item. I have my filter set up here. So in this case, I really have nothing in here. I need to set up a few pricing structure. And there's a few things I want to cover in terms of these columns. So the sales type is going to basically, it's a field that specifies a price type, which defines whether the price is for an individual, a group, all customers, or a campaign. So the options you have on this drop down are customer price group, all customers, and campaign. So we're going to cover a little bit about this very briefly here once we set up our first sales price, and then we can jump on and how that works as well. The sales code basically specifies the code that belongs to the sales type. So for example, if I'm choosing customer, this will be an option for me to choose which specific customer that you want to set this pricing for. You can do the same thing for a campaign. So if you're using campaign, right, like an increased sale campaign, event, maybe Christmas, holiday, whatever that looks like. And then the only one that doesn't really give you the option is all customers, because everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to get this price. Then you set up the item. Of course, in this case, I access it via the item card, and it's going to auto filter for that item. Then the unit of measure. So if you have multiple unit of measure, so in this case, I have pieces, you may have eaches, you may have case, you may have a pallet. So whatever that looks like, you can also set pricing based on the unit of measure. So in this case, I just have pieces. I'm going to choose that. Minimum quantity specifies the minimum sales quantity required to warrant the sales price. And then, of course, next one is the unit price itself. Specifies the price of 1 unit of the item or resource. You can enter a price manually or have it entered according to the price profit calculation field in the related card. Starting date, like I said, in my scenario, I want this setup to be a 30-day push, and I may want to do a beginning of the day or beginning of the month, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a 2-week price, maybe a weekend price, whatever that looks like. You can set all of this up before it occurs, so which is perfect, so you don't forget to update the pricing down the road. So in this case, in my scenario, I want to sell this product for all customers. Again, I'm trying to drive a sale here, and I want a minimum quantity. So let's say, for example, a minimum quantity of 3. So that means they have to buy 3 or more to get the price. In this case, I'm going to set up as $949.99, then the usual of $1,000. So if I bought more than 3 or more, I can get this price down to $950. And I also want to set the date. So in this case, I want to set a beginning of March and then maybe the end of March in there. The other scenario you may have is that you may have a customer that you have a contract, for example. Let's say you contracted them to, okay, the first 30 days or whatnot, or maybe a contract forever, that your customer may be able to purchase, have a lower price than what you have listed price. So for example, if I take Trade Research, and Trade Research, anytime they buy more than one or more, they may get it for $979.99. And I don't want a starting date and ending date, because maybe I want them to have that price forever, but you could have an ending date as well. So maybe if it's a 1-year contract. So that's pretty much it. I've set up 2 kind of different matrix scenarios for this particular item. So what I'm going to do is test this out right now. So what I'm going to do is head over to my main page, head over to sales price or sales order from under Tell Me More. Okay. I'm going to create a new sales order. So I'm going to cover the first scenario in this case. I'm going to choose any customer. Let's say Alpine Ski House. All right. And I want you to notice the date here as well, because that's going to be a big difference, right? So a lot of times where someone sets this up and then, they're trying to see if it works, and it's like, hey, it's not working because of the dates within that sales order. So I'm going to leave that out for now. So if I take a look at in my line item or sales line, and I'm going to pull this 1896 item card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, let's say I'm going to order 5. And you'll notice the price didn't change because I'm outside that date that I had set up for that item. So in this case, I'm going to change the date. Let's say for today. All right, it's going to tell you that, hey, you change it. It's going to affect your sales line. And you can trigger this by re-entering quantity or pull in the pricing for that. So it's easier for me to just enter the value here. There you go. So if I put 5 or 4, it's above that threshold. So about 3 or more, that would set my price to be true, which is $949.99 because I bought more than 3. If I change this back to 2, for example, you'll notice it's $1,000 per item. So let's go back to do 5. So my price is now $949.99. Now we also set a different structure for the other customer. So again, very easy to set up. You can also use config packages to populate all your sales pricing as well if you have a lot of SKUs that you have to manage. So I'm going to go ahead and head back out to my sales order list and create a brand new one. In this case, I'm going to use that unique customer that we use, and that was Trade Research. I will pull that in. Okay. And if you take a look at my date, so make sure it's today's date as of this recording, and choose that item. Okay. The price hasn't changed yet, but the moment I chose 1, and you saw that's $979.99. Now, Chris, what about that customer, unique customer gets it for $979.99? But we also have a price for all customers to get it for a lot less if they bought 3 or more. So the current standard configuration for sales price is that it's going to take a look at the best price based on your parameters. So since I don't have a starting date and ending date for $979.99, and I fit, so if I change this to a quantity of 3, and I fit that posting date or fit that parameter, it's going to take the best price from my sales price table for that item. All right. So if I chose 3, because it found that $949.99 is cheaper, even though it's for trade research and I bought 1 or more, it's going to recommend the best price. In this case, it hit that parameter there for $949.99. So it is very cool. It's very easy to use. You could certainly get up to speed and get it running to set your pricing structure. So there you go. Quick video on my channel. It's the sales price fundamentals in Business Central. The sales price functionality is very flexible, quite flexible. You can utilize this function with a group of customers, a single customer, a specific item, and so many other scenarios you can think of. On a future post, in future video, we will discuss how you can do this in a percentage level via sales discount. And again, I appreciate everyone's time. If you do like this video and you found it helpful, please leave a like, comment, and looking forward for more videos. Thank you, everybody, and take care.